Good morning, Garfield, and good morning, Bravehearts. Welcome back to Marv in the Morning. Sometimes I say it backwards. I'm like, I don't know what it is. But welcome back. We're back up in this jazz. Great episode for you today. Great. Well, I guess it still can be. I mean, some interesting news dropped as I was researching it this morning. But yeah, welcome back. Episode 28 of Marv in the Morning. Today we're discussing Cartoon Network and what would have been its demise, but it seems that the rumors of Cartoon Network's demise were, I guess, extremely exaggerated to say the least. But if this is your first time here, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, check in, talk to me, chop it up, tell me your memories of Cartoon Network. Timestamps will be below if you want to skip ahead to the meat and potatoes, but let's handle some business first. And the first thing is we have an update on what yesterday's episode was about, the Kanye West on Drink Champs Part 3. And apparently, Revolt decided to take down the episode. I think that was a wise choice. And I saw Nori go on Ebro and Rosenberg in the morning with regret, saying he should have checked him. He should have said more. He should have corrected Kanye a couple more times than he did. He said he started doing it towards the end of the episode, but most people that only sat through the first hour, or even the first half hour, didn't see the points where he started to tell Kanye that he didn't agree with him, or maybe was trying to correct Kanye, check him, all that jazz. But, the damage was done, even just airing it. Maybe it was always the plan just to air it and then take it down immediately. I don't know what goes on in these corporate offices. I feel like you can watch that. I feel like upon recording, you can tell that, oh no, we should not do this. We shouldn't do this. But yeah, they took down the episode for the best, I believe. I think there was a lot of hate speech in there and a lot of just a lot of stuff that made Kanye look bad, made Drink Champs look bad. And he used the example of he already had a home run with Kanye's first appearance on Drink Champs. This bringing him back on was kind of like spiking the ball. He said it was like just going for the victory lap, I guess. So yeah. Nori apologized and he regrets it. Now, like I said, I feel like upon first viewing, in the editing room or look, he said he never watches his episodes, which I kind of believe. I don't watch every single episode I do, but I feel like even just sitting in that room as it was being recorded, you can tell like, oh, we probably shouldn't air this. Shout out to Commissioner Kelvin. What up, Marv? Let's pour one out for Cartoon Network. Don't pour one out just yet. Just yet. Because I actually have some updates on the Cartoon Network situation. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I sympathize with Nori. I like the guy. I like the guy a lot. I like Nori more than most people. I think he's a cool guy. But yeah, I kind of get the feeling that was always the plan, especially considering that the people above Nori, they always have a strategy. They always know what they're doing. Even just putting it out for a day still sent shockwaves throughout the internet, right? But hey, what are you gonna do? They did what they did. I think the deal is done. It was said. Most people heard it already. I'm sure someone has a backup file. Someone recorded it already. Even I had the feeling like this isn't probably going to be sitting around on the internet too long. So, what's done is done, right? What's done is done. But getting back to our business over here. We got the Ladies of Bravery event this Saturday, October 22nd. 3 live podcasts. We have the Illest Girls Next Door, Spiritual Tip, and No Filter podcast. And it's going to be a great night. Tickets are in the link below if you want to show up, pop up. We have the Eventbrite set up for $10, and at the door it's going to be $15 with $5 off if you're subscribed to the Bravery Studios YouTube channel. We are still looking for vendors. If you want to vend, then send me a message, and I will we'll make that happen for you. We'll make it happen. It's gonna be a great night. I also have some performers of mine. I still have to put all the pieces together there, but yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together like a nice old Lego construction. Shout out to Scarlett. Scarlett, shout out. She said, "Nice, Scarlett. How you doing over here? How you doing today, Scarlett?" But I want to get right into the meat and potatoes because I feel like I can speak on Cartoon Network. I could have done a whole podcast on Cartoon Network. I could go into that forever. I could speak about Cartoon Network probably for 24 hours straight. So let's get right into the meat and potatoes. I don't have a daily shout out today, but I will tomorrow. So, Cartoon Network. The story was that Cartoon Network was going the way of the birds, and that it was they were discontinuing the Cartoon Network brand, and they were just gonna absorb it pretty much into HBO Max, WB, all that jazz. Hey, buenos dias, RIPCN. King Lex is in the building. Make some noise for King Lex, guys. Hold your horses, because I have an update on the Cartoon Network story. The word was that Cartoon Network was gonna end. This morning, as I was doing some more research, apparently the rumors of Cartoon Network's demise have been wildly exaggerated, and Cartoon Network is not going away. Not the brand, as far as I know, not the channel. It's not gone. It's just turning 30. I don't know how it got so blown out of proportion. It was my understanding that it was done, it was gone, and I was going to do this episode about it. It was going to be this sad episode where we were all going to cry together and give each other hugs and sing Kumbaya. But no, Cartoon Network is not done ski. Cartoon Network is not done ski. I have an article here. I don't have it set up for the screen to show you guys, but oh, thank God. Yeah, Cartoon Network is not done. But I mean, the good part is that it created a dialogue about Cartoon Network. Because when's the last time we've all spent time speaking about Cartoon Network, right? Word? Yeah, Cartoon Network is not gone. I'm trying to find where I have the article at. I don't know which device. So happens when you have too many devices, right? I don't know which device I have it on. Where was I reading it at? I think I was reading it on the iPad, but whatever the case is, yeah, Cartoon Network is not gone. It's not gone. It is not gone. Adult Swim for life. Yo, shout out to DJD. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Cartoon Network is not dead. I found that out this morning. It's not going anywhere. It just turned 30. And so, hey, listen. That doesn't mean we can't still have a great episode and speak about our memories of Cartoon Network. But, yeah, not dead. I created this episode in the thought process that it was dead, but apparently it's not. It was just a rumor. And rumor turned out to be wrong. But what really inspired the episode is that yesterday, I don't know if it's still going on. It might still be going on. But if you check YouTube, there's actually been a 24-hour live stream of Cartoon Network. Almost every show they've ever had being played continuously throughout the day. I think I spent most of yesterday watching that. And it was so nostalgic just sitting there watching these shows play in random order because I don't know what's coming next. And it reminded me a lot of being a kid and sitting in front of the tube and just enjoying whatever they had to show me. No searching for keywords, no Googling the name of the show, no picking a particular episode to start on, just watching it. Every show had a random episode. They all started at random points. I think they actually picked what was probably the fan favorite episodes because a lot of them were fan favorites. Calvin says it's still going on. Aqua Team Hunger Force was life growing up. Aqua Team Hunger Force was a trippy mission, bro. But yeah, it's still going on apparently. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out after this. Definitely check it out. But yeah, I spent most of yesterday watching that, and I was like, wow, this is like really cool, man. This is like being a kid again, just sitting in front of the tube, not using my fingers to search and pick and select and on demand what I wanted to watch, just letting them show me what they had to offer. And that was like the beauty of TV, I think, back in the day. I think we're so on demand and so to the point that we can't even like sit back and let us be randomly shown things, right? So I got to even watch shows that I never watched. I never watched Ben 10. I've never watched. Steven Universe. I've never watched Teen Titans Go. I've never watched. I've heard great things about it, but I've never watched it. Just for I got too old. I got too old, man. The gray hair started to come in, and I stopped watching Cartoon Network. So I got to watch a lot of shows I've never watched before, and of course, alongside a lot of great shows that I did love. You know, the Powerpuff Girls were on there. Dexter was on there. They had the Omelette du Fromage episode. They had Teen Titans, the OG Teen Titans show. Yo, Takzuki, man, Freddy Gobgovich has entered the Bravery, not the Bravery Arcade. He's entered Marv in the Morning. Yes, but I got to watch all these shows that I loved as a kid alongside a bunch of shows that I had never seen before. And yeah, I just sat back on the couch and just absorbed it photosynthetically and totally just let Cartoon Network show me what they had on offer. It was a cool thing. It really took me back to my childhood, OG Cartoon Network. It really took me back, man. It really did take me back. And I think the first and earliest memory I have of Cartoon Network is when they were doing, I think they were first picking their new shows. For people that don't know, Cartoon Network started off as just a kind of channel that would show random old cartoons on. Think of like random, like not random, but think of like AMC channel where they show classic movies. You would tune into it and there'll be some classic movie playing. So Cartoon Network started off as a channel that would just show you old cartoons. Yeah, Lex, Johnny Quest, Looney Tunes, Droopy, right? That was his name, right? Droopy. A pup named Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo itself. All those shows were just, that was like a museum, a mausoleum of old cartoons. That's what it was at first. It was no idea of making like original shows. Then I think they made the original show Two Stupid Dogs. And I think that was the first show they ever made from scratch that wasn't like an old school Hanna-Barbera, Warner Brothers, Looney Tune, all that jazz. It was the first cartoon that they made originally at Cartoon Network. From there, they started creating more cartoons. They did a call line where you call in and you pick. They would show you all these original cartoons. I think it was called the Cartoon Hour or phone line thing. You would call in and pick your favorite cartoon, and that cartoon would be made into a show. So there was Powerpuff Girls was there, Dexter was there, Johnny Bravo, A Cow and Chicken, an assortment of everything was there. I called in for Johnny Bravo. I was a big Johnny Bravo kid. Johnny Bravo would get completely canceled today, would not work. Johnny Bravo wasn't even part of the live stream because they know that wouldn't work today. Looking at the check-in real quick. Jason Enrique says, bro, just checking in. I've become a fan of the show. Watch every day at work. You're getting better as a host. Keep up the great work. Mondo, appreciate that, Jason. Appreciate that, brother. I'm watching all your shows too, bro. Every episode. Let's continue to be great together, brother. Derek says, Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Space Ghost Coast to Coast was the first Adult Swim show. It wasn't called Adult Swim when Space Ghost came out, but it sold it laid the path for like more adult cartoons on that channel, on that network. Scarlett says, Cartoon Network for me started with Johnny Quest and Thundercats. You remember at one point Cartoon Network played music videos every once in a while? That was part of the live stream too that they did. That in between each episode, each show, they showed a music video that went alongside that show. So I was more of a Nickelodeon kid, but I enjoyed some Cartoon Network too. I did not care for Nickelodeon, not one tiny ounce. I did not care for Nickelodeon. I liked certain shows on there. I liked Hey Arnold. I liked for Angry Beavers. I liked SpongeBob, of course. I loved certain shows on the channel, but I was never checking in for Nickelodeon unless something was playing on Cartoon Network that I didn't like. But I was always a Cartoon Network kid, and it's funny because Jason, because I saw Mina's episode with Joe, and they were talking about cartoons as well, and it seemed like Joe was a big Nickelodeon kid. I'm the exact opposite. I'm a completely stand for Cartoon Network. That was my channel, bro. That was my religious ceremony after school, before school, weekends. Brother, I was at the altar of Dexter's Lab. I was at the altar, man. Johnny Bravo 2024 would never happen. But yo, I was at the altar of Johnny Bravo and Cow and Chicken. The first shows that got made were like Dexter, Cow and Chicken, and Johnny Bravo were the first three, I believe. And then Powerpuff Girls came a little later. Then of course you get what comes after that. I mean, Ed and Eddie came after that. I love Ed and Eddie. I love that show is trippy too. Gonzo art style, all that jazz. What else do you have? I mean, Chalk Zone, Time Force, shows. Forget about it. I go down that list. We'll be here all day. Dexter's Lab. IR Baboon was a spinoff of Cow and Chicken. Cow and Chicken couldn't work today either. That was a wild. The devil was like naked, and he was a main character on that show. The main antagonist was just the devil. With and he had like I don't know. I don't even know. He had a lot going on over there. Johnny Bravo was definitely a wild show. I like Secret Squirrel. Secret Squirrel. Yo, DX the Great dresses like Secret Squirrel, so I love Secret Squirrel. He was just the coolest squirrel, bro. His fedora like went under his eyes, and he had like little picos in him and whatnot. Right, Morocco Mole. Johnny Quest did have a CGI reboot of Johnny Quest had a CGI reboot. Well, it wasn't really like CGI the whole episode. It'd be a regular modern Johnny Quest show, and then like the last 10 minutes of the episode they'll go into a VR room. And that actually, I believe that started on Toonami too. And let's talk about Toonami for a second, because Toonami was an after school block of shows that were more action orientated cartoons. That's where we got the Thundercats. Thundercats existed before that, but that's where our generation was exposed to Thundercats. Thundercats is from the 80s, but 90s kids know it from Toonami. From Toonami, you have Voltron, the OG Space Ghost show. Then they started getting anime. First it was Sailor Moon. Then they got Dragon Ball Z specifically. I had already watched Dragon Ball Z on Channel 11 on WB. It was down like at Sunday mornings or something like that. And then once it came to like Toonami, they got to like the Frieza saga. And I remember going to school and I'm in the locker room. I remember this day so clearly. I remember this day. I'm in the locker room. We're getting changed for gym. And I'm hearing like the cool crowd, the cool kids, the kids who I didn't hang out with because I was a loser or I was a nerd or whatever. I'm hearing them talking about Dragon Ball Z. And they're like, yo, did you see Dragon Ball Z yesterday? And I'm like, what's happening to the world? What is happening? Dragon Ball Z is cool now. And they were talking about, him fighting Frieza, turning Super Saiyan for the first time. I think Goku turning Super Saiyan for the first time paused humanity. I think humanity just stopped. We're like, what is happening right now? What is happening, boss? What is happening? It was a shift because we were like, we've never seen anything like that on television before as kids. Anything like that before. Then even like after Frieza, once they stopped doing reruns of the Frieza arc over and over and over, Trunks came. And when Trunks came, I think that Trunks moment is the most hype moment in anime history. I don't think there's a more hype moment than when it took Goku 30 episodes to kill Frieza. It took Trunks 30 seconds. Dude, I don't think there was a more hype moment than seeing Homeboy show up with the North Face, the purple North Face, the intergalactic Tim boots, baggy pants, and just go, come on. And then Vegeta wearing the Badman shirt. I got that Badman shirt in my closet. That's the real reason why I'm trying to lose weight, because I want to fit into that Badman shirt. That's the real reason I want to lose weight, because I got a Badman shirt that's for a medium-sized guy. I'm a little bit above medium. Let's just say that. Let's just say that, bro. I'm a little bit above medium. Gundam was the first one on there. Yeah, Gundam Wing was the first Gundam to come in America. That show is bonkers. Gundam Wing is is a soap opera with robots. That is essentially what it is, a soap opera with robots. You got the high school boys piloting giant robots. Shout out to Hero. Shout out to Duo. Shout out to what were their names? They were like a boy band in Gundam Wing. Rasan has that shirt too. Oh man, we gotta wear it on the same day. We could be brothers. My Gundam show is G Gundam. I bleed for G Gundam. A lot of the quotes that you'll hear me say on a daily basis, like saying that I give something my love, my anger, and all of my sorrow, that's a G Gundam thing. That line is not created by me. That's me repeating G Gundam. Love G Gundam. Loved it, man. I don't think I've ever loved a show more than G Gundam. My first tattoo was a G Gundam tattoo. No, wrong arm. That's a G Gundam thing. That's the King of Hearts. That's his crest. The main character wears, bro. People confuse this for a Kingdom Hearts tattoo, and it bothers the jazz out of me. When Goku turned Super Saiyan, everyone in my living room lost their ish. Even my abuela was like, ¿Qué diablo? Yes. Takzuki says, Trunks has the most hype introduction in any anime. Yeah, like there's Madara summoning the two meteors in Naruto, but Trunks shows up, effortlessly kills Frieza, then acts like it's no big deal. I think the biggest deal about it is that it took Goku 30 episodes to do it, and it took Trunks 30 seconds. I think that was what made it the most hype thing. They just think of it like that. Like, holy jazz. This man just showed up with a purple North Face and took this guy's lights out. Cut him in half. And I think beat up his pops too. How your father get beat up, bro? How you let this guy beat up your dad too? But yeah, man. Toonami, forget about it. Toonami, Cartoon Network also. Cartoon Network, another reason I like Cartoon Network more than Nickelodeon is the little music videos they would play. They would play in between commercials of a show. So Dexter's Laboratory had like a rap song that they would play. I think it was Will I Am that was on it. Jabberjaw song. I Got a Gorilla for Sale. Magilla Gorilla. Powerpuff Girls had like a rock song. I think it was like a Japanese a J-rock song. Toonami had like these very, very inspirational moments, inspirational videos that would play, and one specifically is titled Dreams, Broken Promises. And I think I watched that jazz almost like on a weekly basis to motivate myself. I even quote it like all the time, and like everything I do, I quote it. I think that bumper, or whatever you want to call that little segment thing, I think that set me up for life to be who I am, man. Because I legitimately, when I need verbal caffeine, I'll watch that again. And the way it starts is a boy has the right to dream. There are endless possibilities stretched out before him. What awaits him down the path, he will then have to choose. Dude, I think I cry watching that every time I watch it, just because I felt that. I felt that on this journey. And then in between, they would show you little different anime moments. They would show you something from like Tenchu. They would show you something from Dragon Ball, from Yu Yu Hakusho, and mainly Outlaw Star. And there's a moment where, like, I forgot the character's name, the woman character. She asked Gene Starwind, "Hey man, you gonna go into space with the old man or not?" Oh no, she doesn't say that. That's him just thinking about it in his head to himself. He says, "Are you gonna go to space with the old man or not?" Because he was afraid of his destiny. He was just afraid of his destiny, and legitimately, I think of that every time I'm scared to do something. I say it to myself. I'm like, "You gonna go to space with the old man or not?" Telling you, bro. This is like, I really do like just come back to that thought in my head. Like, are you going to go to space with the old man or not? And then it cuts to the part where the woman's asking him, "You going to just keep running away?" And then he pauses like for a good second, maybe two at max, and says, "I'm not running." Tears down my eyes already. I'm like, man, power me up, baby. Send me to Mars. Power me up and send me to Mars. Outlaw Stars is one of my favorites also, Scarlet. Yes, 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 yes. Slice that MFer like butter. Yes. Also, Frieza was throwing hands with Piccolo, Krillin, and Vegeta before Goku even beat him. Trunks beat him solo. Yeah, solo. It was the purple North Face and the intergalactic Tim boots. Plus the sword. You know, you got a sword, you know, you're already cool. First time I seen Gorillas or Daft Punk videos was thanks to CN. Yes, me too. I stayed up till 12 p.m. I'm probably 10 years old, man. And I saw they were having like this music video animation thing that they were showing on the Midnight Run. I got the VHS tape ready. I put tape over the little square. You can actually record on any VHS tape if you put tape over the square in the bottom right corner. Put that right into my TV that had the VHS thing built into it. VHS player built into my little tiny TV. Probably was no more than 15 like inches of screen space, and legitimately recorded every Gorillaz video they showed, every Daft Punk. There was another like claymation music video. I never found out whose song that was. But yeah, the first time I seen the Gorillaz was on Cartoon Network, on Toonami, on the Midnight Run. First time I heard Daft Punk, man. That was a night. That was a night to be up. That was a night to stay up for, because they had One More Time. I forgot what the second song was called. Technologic, maybe? No, it was a guitar riff song. Then they had the love song. I forgot what that was called too. I'm for shame for me for not remembering. And then they had Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger as the last song. They played all four of those back to back. And I'm like, I had never seen a music video be an anime and be a movie at the same time, man. At the same time, man. And yeah, dude, that was earth-shattering moments, man, in my childhood. Like, where, like, I thought I knew about life, bro, and I don't know nothing, bro. I don't know nothing. You know nothing, Marv Snow. You know nothing, bro. Legitimately, childhood created in front of the screen. And like, a lot of people ask me, like, where your influence come from. Like, who taught you? You know, what did you learn? Who was your mentor? I feel like I was raised by the TV, man. A lot of the TV taught me who to be. One More Time was the first Daft Punk video for me. Yeah, me too. They played in that order. That it was One More Time, and then I forgot the name of the second one, but played in that order. Mind blowing. The Gorillaz music videos are not even really family friendly to be playing on Cartoon Network either, but I guess that's why I was on the Midnight Run. And then, you know, I got to high school. Outlaw Star and Inuyasha had dope songs at the end of every episode. Outlaw Star had a great ending song, great intro song. Yu Yu Hakusho had the beats. That city pop music is Mondo righteous. Mondo righteous. City pop. Do do dum dum dum. Who knows the intro to Yu Yu Hakusho? And then the drip on Yu Yu Hakusho was crazy too. It's like everybody dressed like Trunks on Yu Yu Hakusho. Very 90s. Very 90s, the drip on that show. Yo, TV taught me English when I came from DR in around 94. Yo, shout out to 100 plus miles a week. Yeah, shout out. I'm from DR too, bro. And yeah, a lot of my cousins and a lot of my friends told me that too, that watching anime or watching TV, watching Cartoon Network specifically, they learned English from it. They you know, I learned a lot of English from it. Yeah, remember how Yu Yu Hakusho flipped from CN to Adult Swim? Yeah. Buku danchi wa. That's how it goes in Japanese. I remember the English one. Then suddenly, yeah, man. And they put a Yu Yu Hakusho on. I think it was on both because they had an unrated version on Adult Swim, and then uh, and then the censored version on regular Toonami. And then like later on, like they added Adult Swim to it, and I was like mind blown that they could get away with having all these adult cartoons on a kids channel like that. But Adult Swim was something else, man. You got to like experience alternative comedy because you have to be open minded at first to watch Adult Swim. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. The Man is Speaking to Celebrities. I don't know how they pulled it off. I don't know if it was like there was a guy in the room with these celebrities dressed as Space Ghost, but they would have live recorded footage of the celebrity, the guest, and then Space Ghost was a cartoon character. And I don't know how they used to interact. I don't know how they pulled it off. I gotta watch a documentary about how they created Space Ghost. But Coolio was on there. Buster Rhymes. Bob Odenkirk, yeah, star of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad was on there. So many celebrities, so many. I don't know how they even pulled all these celebrities on that show. Speaking to a cartoon character from a '60s cartoon that was way out of date, and yeah, I don't know how they pulled it off. But Adult Swim with Space Ghost, I think it had like the Brack Show. Aqua Team Hunger Force was Derek was speaking about earlier. Which Aqua Team, I tried to get into it. It just is so trippy, man. C Lab 2020 something, 2024 or 2022, I think it was called. But the song for C Lab, I still remember that song. I couldn't watch that show that much. It was a little too much dry humor for the time. I wasn't into dry humor. I couldn't even watch The Office in high school. But C Lab was dope. When I went back and watched it as an adult, Cartoon Network saved Family Guy. Family Guy got huge after it came to Adult Swim. It got canceled on Fox 5, and then they played reruns on Toonami. Not Toonami, Adult Swim, and they got the show resurrected. They brought it back from the dead because of Adult Swim. Family Guy got humongous after it came into Adult Swim. Which goes to show, like, you just have to be at the right place. The crowd wasn't there for it in 1999 when it first came out. And Family Guy became humongous, enormous. Still pretty big, nowhere near as big as it was at some point. But Big O, I love Big O. I love Big O. Cast in the Name of God, Ye Not Guilty. Wolf's Reign, Witch Hunter, Robin, Inuyasha, Trigun, so many good ones. Yeah, it was a combo of great shows. Combo of it. Total combo of it. Total combo. Big O, Showtime. I between Big O and Gundam, I got into mech heavy with that stuff. Cowboy Bebop. I think I remember the first time I saw that show. I was at my uncle's house. My cool uncle who had his bachelor pad, and he had the big screen TV. He had all the cool tech. He had a Sega when nobody had Sega. I'm at his place, and I think I was alone. I don't even think he was there. And just sitting there watching TV. It's commercials. Nothing out of the ordinary. Transformer toys. Then the screen just goes black. Then you just hear. Oh my God, that intro. How do you not lose your mind listening to the Bebop intro? You knew you were in for something special. You knew you were in for something special when you just watching that for the first time. You're like, what is this show? What is this show? Oozing with style, dripping, the breaking of the Hoover Dam. Oh my God. Yeah, Bebop's the GOAT. Bebop is the epitome of cool. Epitome Yes, absolutely. Robin had a handlebar mustache. Yo, so many good memories, so many good times. And then, like I said, I got to high school. I was in these streets. I don't think I watched much TV during high school. But as an adult, when I started to have internet, I went back and I got access to all these shows again, and also got put onto like new shows. So I started watching in my early 20s. I started watching Regular Show and Adventure Time, and those two shows defined my 20s. Those two shows were just when I couldn't think I would ever get into a cartoon again. Um, Adventure Time and Regular Show were my life at that point. Were my life. Just the lore and the world building of Adventure Time, the characters, and for how damn cute they are, and the fantasy realm that they built, but it's also like a joke on a fantasy realm, a play on role playing games. Adventure Time was beautiful. Was beautiful. Adventure Time comes on, grab your come on, Adventure Time, come on, grab your the music on the Cartoon Network live stream that they were playing. They were playing the episode where there's a thief. He steals everyone's precious items. He steals a lock of Prince of Bubblegum's hair that Jake had, not Jake, Finn had. He steals something from everybody, and then they have to come together to play a song to get the door to open. What a great episode, man! What a great episode! What a great time! When I was like 11, everyone was quoting Adventure Time at school. Yeah. And then Regular Show was my life at work. Regular Show was the ultimate work comedy because they work at a park and they live at a park. They get housing from their job, which does exist in real life also. And these are the two ultimate slackers. It's almost like a stoner comedy. The shenanigans they get into. I think my favorite episode of Regular Show is when they find he doesn't let them ride the go-kart anymore, the golf car, because they damaged it or they don't clean it or whatever. Benson doesn't let them drive it. So they're like, all right, well, what are we going to get around in? He gives them these two bikes. And they're like, what bikes? Oh, man, these aren't cool. And they're like, wait, we can make them cool. So then they pimp out the bikes. They make the bikes cool. Then they go to Benson, their boss, and they're like, look, Benson, do we look cool? Benson's like, I will never say you guys look cool. Never. Now get back to work. He does it yelling or whatever, right? He does it yelling. Get back to work. You know Benson, right? So then they're like, oh, we got to look cool, man. We got to get Benson to admit we're cool. So then they go shopping. They go thrift store shopping. They buy all this gear and like, oh, man. And they go to Benson. What about now, Benson? Come on, Benson. He's like, no, you guys are not cool. They go shopping some more. They get different gear. Everyone in the park starts telling like, wow, these guys are so cool. Look at them. They're like, yo, Benson, come on, you gotta admit it now. We're cool, bro. Admit it. And Benson's like, I will never say it. I will never say you look cool. And that's when they go, you know what? We don't care what you think, Benson. And then you just hear the crowd like, whoa, they're so cool. They don't even care. And then like the cool cops show up from like another dimension, like outer space. And they're like, you guys are under arrest for being way too cool. There's no way you can be this cool. You're under arrest. And then you go to cool court. They go to cool court. I'm going to leave it there. Watch that episode, man. I don't even know if I could do it justice if I keep going. Oh, the episode where Finn met his mom? Yeah, I cried a little bit. I cried when he met his dad. His dad was a jerk. But yeah, that cool court episode. Emmy Award winning television right there. A story told in 11 minutes. Story told. An odyssey told in 11 minutes. An 11-minute odyssey. I think I need to start watching regular show. Takzuki, we will have a watch party on Discord if you want to start watching it, guy. That show is the bee's knees. The bee's knees, especially if you're a gamer, because there's so many gaming references. These guys get the power glove. They get the Voltron robots, giant mechs to fight geese. They had to battle the guy that has the record in Donkey Kong. You know, the guy that kind of looks like Jesus? He has a record in Donkey Kong, but actually he lied about it. I think his name is Bobby Ferguson Jr. Yeah, his dad was horrible. Only good thing was save Finn from getting blasted. Yeah, man. Adventure Time was an experience. Regular show, definitely much more. I want to say, what's the word? It was definitely much more of a stoner comedy, whereas Adventure Time was a very lore heavy, world building, serialized. Oh, this is leading to something big. Almost ends on some Lord of the Rings jazz. The other one is like the other regular show episode that I really love is the basketball episode where the basketball god comes down and like Muscle Man is using the computer and they're like, yo, we got to use the computer. Like, you're always using all the computer time. You never let us use the computer. So then Muscle Man is like, all right, I'll let you use the computer if you can beat me in a game of basketball. And then Muscle Man follows up by destroying them in basketball. But then the basketball god comes from outer space. And it becomes like a Dragon Ball Z episode. They get like superpowers and they're like throwing Kamehameha basketballs. Gosh. Emmy Award winning television, let me tell you guys. Emmy Award winning television right there, baby boy. Emmy Award winning television. Yeah. Regular show is like if like Workaholics or like Pineapple Express was a cartoon. That's pretty much what regular show is. And but yeah, man, Cartoon Network. To kind of wrap things in a bow. To wrap all these things up in a bow, right? Because I could keep going. I could just keep going forever. My gym partner is a monkey. Love that show. But to put things to put a bow on this, Cartoon Network doesn't need to exist anymore. There's no point for it to exist anymore. It's not dying. I told you guys earlier, I read something this morning that said it was just a rumor. It's not actually happening anymore, or if it ever was happening. But gosh darn it, did a TV channel kind of put together some of the building blocks, add some of the pieces to my personality and build who I am today. Would I be sad to see it go? To be honest with you, I haven't watched TV, like regular, like TV, not through the internet, not live stream, not a television channel. I don't even know if it needs to exist anymore, to be honest with you. But I do cherish the memories I have with it. You know what I mean? I didn't realize how much I loved it until yesterday, where I actually sat and watched that entire live stream of the Cartoon Network channels, all the shows. But yeah, man, I loved Cartoon Network. I loved my childhood. I loved coming home from school and watching G Gundam. I loved it. I think Schwarzbruder is the funniest German ninja ever. If there ever was another cyborg robot German ninja, Schwarzbruder would be better. It's Schwarzbruder. Oh man, listen, this is the nerdiest I've gotten on this show. This is the most This is the most I've ever done on this show. Gushing on this stuff, right? Gushing on it. And let me tell you, man, I loved my time watching that channel. I even watched Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon Dragon Ball, the first anime on that channel. And you know that theme song, you know that Fighting Evil by Moonlight theme song. I have a soft spot even for that show. And if you go watch it, you go back and you watch Sailor Moon, they barely even fight on that show. There's like nothing really going on. It's like a teen drama almost with like monsters sometimes. Yeah, you know, I bought a girl a Sailor Moon shirt because I was like, yo, what do girls like? I bought her a Sailor Moon shirt for her birthday, and I think she never wore it. And I'm so heartbroken about that. I'm still heartbroken about that. Just, and I guess it was more for me than for her because I am the one that loves Sailor Moon. Maybe she wasn't into Sailor Moon, but it was a gift, man. Just wear it like once at least. What's up, guy? What's up? We got Matt in the building, my Wolfpack brother in the background. He's throwing up the peace signs. But yeah, man, she never wore that Sailor Moon shirt, and I'm like, gosh darn it. It's all right. I got another one now hanging on my wall, so it'll go to the next lady that actually deserves it. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for today. Shout out to Cartoon Network. If it's gonna continue existing, then I hope it lives long and prospers, and I hope you know, I feel like you could turn that into its own little streaming service with like just a collection of cartoons all over the place. Remember when Master Asia's horse suited? Don't get me started on that one, bro. That's why G Gundam is the best show of all time. The man's robot had a horse that was controlled by the man's horse, and the horse also had to put on the cybernetic latex to control the horse. And it's like the concepts they came up with for that show. Shout out to Master Asia, man. The undefeated of the East. I love G Gundam so much, bro. I love it so much. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, bro. If everybody's watching, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. If you want to stay up to date for future episodes, hit the notification bell. This has been an episode of just straight gushing. Funsaki, be my legs. Yeah. I like in Outlaw Star that they had magic bullets for their guns. Some of these concepts, it's like, how did they come up with this jazz? Outlaw Star, they really had like magic bullets, like bullets that actually, like a container that had magic inside of it. That was like the actual lore. That was the actual lore. And then their spaceship had like arms. It could arm wrestle you. Shout out to Outlaw Star, man. You're gonna go up to space with your old man or not? You're gonna go up to space with your old man or not? Yeah, good times. Very, very good times, man. Very, very mondo good times. You're gonna go up to space with your old man or not? Yeah, good times. Good time. I feel like playing it. I'm gonna watch it after I'm done with the stream. But for everybody who's watching, once this is over, go to YouTube and put in Toonami Dreams, Broken Promises, and watch that. Let it power you up, because that thing legitimately is what I quote every day to remind myself why I'm on this journey, why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I have dreams, and why I never stop dreaming. Even Trash Panda's in the house. Trash Panda, how did you find your way here? Trash Panda, my brother, after this is over, go to YouTube, put in Broken Promises, put in Dreams, watch that, let it power you up, let it motivate you to get to your dreams. There's a reason why this hat at the top, it says in tiny letters, if you can't probably see, it says, "For those brave enough to dream." That thing definitely definitely shout out to Trash Panda. Definitely motivated me a lot to follow my dreams. That thing. So thank you for watching, Bravehearts. Once again, like I said, if you're new here, subscribe, notification bell, thumbs up, leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite Cartoon Network show was. Give me your favorite Cartoon Network memory. You know, that time you snuck out of your house to go watch uh freaking Megas LXR at a friend's house, or when you saw the Fantastic Four cartoon for the first time, the Hanna-Barbera one, or when you watched Super Friends for the first time and heard the sound effect of Aquaman speaking to the fish. That sound effect is classic. But it just goes to show there was so much more variety on that channel than Nickelodeon. Yeah, nah, I like Nickelodeon, but it's definitely a cartoon. CN, I'm a CN kid. I'm a CN boy. But let me end this for the third time. Chowder, hey Panini. I like Chowder. But we're out of here, Bravehearts. You take the moon, and you take the sun. Bravehearts, just keep on keeping on. I see you mañana.